Hello everybody, it's Spartan Robot Guy coming to you here again, and I'm going to do another video on Star Wars Battlefront 2. Honestly, I started picking it up and playing it for my previous video, and it's just been way too much fun, so I'm going to do a really deep dive into the game. What I've decided to do, because in my opinion one of the game's greatest strengths are its levels, is I'm going to go through each level and explain the good, the bad, and the ugly about each individual level. So I'm going to spend a little time just exploring the level. I'm going to murder some stormtroopers, as you tend to do in Star Wars, because, you know, laser go pew. And then I'm going to just give my overall thoughts on it. Now, this isn't meant to be revisionist history. I'm not going into this with the rose-tinted glasses of nostalgia. Because, frankly, not every level is perfect. There are some levels that have aged like a fine wine, like, say, Hoth or Endor. But then there are other levels like Felucia and Dagobah that just have not aged as well. They're all great levels. I'm not saying that they're objectively bad, but some have aged better than others. So with this video series I'm starting, I'm going to go through each individual level, play a round or two, and just explain my thoughts on it. This is going to be relatively laid back. This is going to be relatively informal. I'm just going to play the level and tell you what I think about it. So the first level of the game, let's get started, is Bespin, which is one of the two DLC levels. But something that bothers me personally is that Bespin doesn't show up anywhere in the prequel trilogy, as far as I know. If I'm wrong on that, correct me. It's been a spell since I've seen Phantom Menace or Attack of the Clones. You know, I watched Revenge of the Sith very recently in preparation for the Obi-Wan Kenobi premiere, which, by the way, if you haven't seen it, see it. It's one of the very best Star Wars anything that's come out in a long time. But I digress. Let's talk about Bespin a little bit. Alright, and here we go. Let's play some Bespin / Cloud City as the Republic. That's my go-to. Honestly, Republic Trooper is probably the single unit with the most amount of playtime I have in the entire game. I love playing as just a standard clone trooper. Really makes you feel like Captain Rex, am I right? Nah, I'm not that good. What can I say? I won't even deny that. That's wishful thinking. Kind of cool that he's been retroactively added to Return of the Jedi. That's cool. That they're willing to. Wow, somebody's a Asajj Ventress already. That was fast. Somebody's on a killing spree. There's not a murder spree. So, in terms of design, it's a very well-designed map. You know, it's got a central hub area where if you want to have some close combat, if you want to go in and just, you know, feel like a badass, you can. But then there's also some really good sniping locations too. So it's a very versatile map. There's a lot of different playstyles encouraged. You know, there are some maps where there's more or less one playstyle that's encouraged, such as Camino. Ooh, can I take her down? Let's see. Wow. Okay. You know what? I will pass on that for now. I might, if you offer me later, I might take it up. But for now, I just want to do some laser go pew. What was I saying? Oh. In terms of design, very well-designed map. It encourages multiple playstyles, you know. You could just jump into this little, like, citadel-looking area, this little hub, and just fight each other point-blank. Or if you wanted to, you could climb up here. Let me just go up on one of these little ramps. And there's dozens of good spots for somebody with a sniper rifle to just start popping heads, like right there. Or the sniper pistol, if you're like me. Never had much luck with the sniper rifle, but the sniper pistol is just way too powerful. Except for when it isn't. Huh. Well then. And I am out of ammo. So now in terms of fan service, it's actually really kind of cool. If you run over here, yes, a big part of this is Cloud City itself, but they also took their time and recreated some classic locales from the movie. Mosquito flying by my face. Sorry about that. So this definitely evokes Empire Strikes Back, and this, it's not a perfect recreation, but very reminiscent of once again Empire Strikes Back. You know, the climactic duel between Vader and Luke. Now, it doesn't end too well for Luke, unfortunately. And my favorite part of the level is right here. No, not yet. As soon as I climb up here, actually have the carbonite holding pit from Empire Strikes Back. You know, that classic scene where, you know, Leia professes her love to Han. He goes, I know. really cool that they would take the time to recreate this. And it's not a perfect recreation, but for a time frame, it was really, really cool. Now here, almost reminds me of the Tantive 4, which we'll talk about down the road. But anyway. Ow. Can't believe I survived that. And I gotta get back up to the front lines real quick, but yeah. And you know, like the patterns on the wall are meant to evoke Cloud City again. Like there's some immaculate attention to detail here, especially for the time. You gotta give them props for taking the time to recreate this. 100% unnecessary, but they decided to go for it. You know, they wanted to please the fans, and they wanted to recreate some of these classic locales. And where credit is due, they did a really good job. So in terms of both fan service and quality level design, level knocks it out of the park. Now to turn the tide. We're at a slight disadvantage, and it always bothers me whenever there's any kind of disadvantage, so I gotta go out on one of my murder sprees and turn the tide. Oop. You know what? What the heck? No better time than when we're evenly matched to play as an OP hero who has absolutely zero dialogue in the prequel trilogy. And it's still... I feel like I've already talked about this, but the send-off they give Aayla Secura with Order 66 is so heartbreaking. Especially knowing how much the clones respected her, too. Like, just... the fact that they were forced to do it, that they were essentially brainwashed into being mind-controlled to murder their commanders, is just so heartbreaking. At least it was a quick death. That's something. Such a terrible thing to say, but you know, at least there was something not terrible about it. Do Sakura and Ventress ever actually fight in them anywhere? I'm not sure if they do. I mean, heck, if I recall right, you only see Aayla Secura in like one episode of the Clone Wars, so like one of the most underdeveloped characters out of the entire saga, and yet she's a hero character in this. They probably need to fill a couple of slots, so you know, let's throw in that blue Twi'lek that we see that one time. Yeah, if I recall right, there's literally a briefing at one point, and you see her on the side, and that's like one of the only times you ever see her. Yeah, you have a shield, buddy. You should have used it. Gosh, what else was there to say? I like that there's these little tight passages, because then there's a little bit of super close quarters, like the kind of thing you see on, say, Polis Massa. But again, a very well-balanced level. I feel like, you know, like in Battlefront 1, there were some limited aerial vehicles, like some limited dogfighting. I feel like maybe throwing in maybe like one X-Wing and one TIE Fighter would have been a cool detail, but not again, more of a creative choice that I don't necessarily agree with. So, not a bad thing, so much as just my own thoughts on the level. Ways it could have been improved. Who knows, if ever they decide to make a proper Battlefront 3, maybe they should look me up, I can give them some ideas. They actually were working on a Battlefront 3, now that I think about it. They were very close to finishing it, too. It was going to be, if I recall, 64 on 64. And then, of course, the Disney buyout came around, so the company pandemic was phased out of the project. And, well, we all know what happened after that, so, yeah. Gosh, there's not a heck of a lot else to say. Like, it's a very well-designed level. I love the attention to detail. I love the fan service, and I love the design. You know, this is Battlefront 2 at its very finest. Let's go take out a few stragglers. Somebody's shooting at us. And it would be a Magna Guard, one of the officer units. I feel like if you actually did fight a Magna Guard, based on what we see in the movie, it would not go so well. Oh, did I see a droid up there? Yes, I do. Let's see if I can jump up there. Almost! Oh, and that's the last one, too. Alright. Score 1 for the Republic. Let's play one more round. Well, this time we'll do it as the Galactic Civil War. And per usual, I'll play as the quote-unquote good guys. I know there's gray area there. You know, both sides court chaos in order in the name of peace, but anyway. And just look at this. This is just straight out of... It's very evocative of... Gosh, I lost my train of thought. It's very evocative of the attack on the Tantive 4 at the beginning of A New Hope. Just this narrow passage where a whole bunch of soldiers just charge at each other. Just massive battle. Oh, well. You want me to play as Luke Skywalker right away? Don't mind if I do. Luke's lines aren't too bad. Especially compared to some of the other characters. Leia's and Han's in particular are just not that good. They're kind of pandering. But Luke's lines in this aren't terrible. Wish they would have gotten Mark Hamill, but you know, it's Mark Hamill, so yeah, what can you do there? And again, they got him for the Mandalorian, so spoilers, but yeah. See if I can track down Vader and recreate our classic moment. That'd be really awesome if I could, except I'd rather not lose my hand. That could not have been pleasant. Like, on the one hand, you don't bleed at all because the heat from the lightsabers instantly cauterize the wound. But on the other hand, it just sounds so flippin' painful. Saber throw, OP as ever. So where is Vader? Did somebody bring him down already? Like, in all seriousness, where is Vader? I want to fight Vader. See if I can find him. Oh, sorry, that was a Bothan spy. I apologize, buddy. Many Bothans died because Luke Skywalker accidentally swung his lightsaber at the wrong time. Oops, sorry guys. Gosh. I am just killing all my friends right now. Holy friendly fire. Oh, there's Vader. You are not a Jedi yet, young Skywalker. You're getting there. You're getting there. You know Star Wars according to Seth MacFarlane. Nope. Interesting glitch. Another interesting glitch. There's something about the geometry that gets them stuck. Let's see what happens if I go over there. Just looking at some of these textures, they look, for their time, fantastic. Like, just thinking about the Call of Duty World at War game I played just a few weeks ago, how prehistoric those textures look compared to this, which is just fantastic. I freely admit, by today's standards, it's very one-dimensional, it's very blocky, but it looks so much better. It just shows how much more this generation of systems was capable of. Let's see, what else is there to say? The sheer amount of mobility the Jedi characters have is kind of crazy. Oh, don't take out the Wookiee. Ooh, you're dead. Oops, sorry, Wookiee. I was going for this guy. You look kind of green for some reason. Oh, they seem to all be bottlenecked right here. Let's see how quickly I can win this. Quadruple kill. That was like something out of Doom. Imagine if it was Luke that fell into the carbonite instead of Wow, why are you guys all you guys hiding now? Whoa, holy glitch, Batman! I've never seen them clump up like that before. Like Naboo, you'll see him clump up from time to time, but nothing like that. Dang. Well, looks like this is where the Imperial forces are staging their last stand, so I'll just stick around here and finish them off. Maybe not. Maybe they're gonna take me down with them. 7 to 100. 5 to 100. Well, I am mortally wounded, so I probably will not survive. Leia! And look at that. Just like in the Death Star level. just again, just looking at those textures, the attention to detail is simply exquisite. Like, they did put in so much more effort into the small details like that than they needed to, and it's so appreciated. That's one of the reasons this game is remembered so fondly today. It's just the sheer amount of fan service. Again, by today's standards, this doesn't look all that great, but back then, like when this game came out, it was mind-blowing to see this level of detail and this level of fan service in a game. Skeeter's flying around. Alright, so there's a holdout. There he is. Oh, never mind. And that is the end. So I think I will call it quits there. So I guess what I'm going to be asking myself when I'm going to be contemplating throughout this entire series is what makes a level good and what makes a level bad. And I think that there are two things that this level does very, very, very well that make it a good level. The first one is a bit more aesthetic, but the level of fan service. There is so much fan service in this level. Just the little details. You know, you see the classic areas, the classic scenes from the movie. And it's just really cool to see that they took the time to do that. Again, it was completely unnecessary, but they decided to put it in there purely because they knew it would make the fans happy. The other thing is just the layout of the level. How well it encourages multiple ways of playing. How well it rewards creativity and actual strategy versus running in guns blazing. And once again, in that regard, this level does a fantastic job of encouraging multiple ways to play. You know, there's some tight corridors where close combat is necessary. There's some fantastic sniper spots where, you know, somebody who knows what they're doing with a sniper rifle could turn the tide of the battle. And then there's also a wide open area where if you want to just have that pure adrenaline rush of rushing in and shooting at things for a while, you can get that too. So in terms of, in my opinion, those are two things that definitely do well in this level, and those are two things that make it a great level. Now, maybe that'll be the case for most levels, and maybe it'll be something a bit more subtle or a bit different. But I feel like, for now, those are going to be the two biggest things I'm going to look for are fan service, because it is Star Wars Battlefront 2, that's one of the things it's famous for, and the design of the levels, which, in my opinion, run the gambit quite a bit. Some levels are better designed than others. But anyway, I hope you guys like this. I'm going to see how far I can take this. I really enjoy playing this game, and it's really cool to look at it from a more objective and a more analytical perspective. So be sure to like and subscribe. I'll have more videos coming down the pipe. And thanks again for watching.